Hi everyone, welcome to Best Recipes with Sharon. This recipe is a favorite for a lot of people. So welcome to my version of shepherd's pie. Now let me show you how to make it. Now we'll start by peeling 6 or 7 nice sized potatoes. And just wash them up and cut them into smaller pieces because it will cook a little bit faster. It'll take about 20 minutes in boiling water. And just boil them till they are fork tender. While they're cooking, we'll go ahead and do the ground beef mixture. Place 1 pound of lean ground beef in a frying pan. And add about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil. This will help with some of the flavor and also help it brown a little bit. Start frying it over a moderately high heat. To make the base ingredients, take a separate frying pan, place a little lump of butter in it, and saute about 1/2 cup of chopped onions. And when these onions are about halfway through cooking, add about a teaspoon of finely chopped garlic. While we're waiting for the onions and garlic to get tender, add 1.5 cups of beef broth to the hamburger mixture. Then add your sauteed onions and garlic to that. And then just stir that until it's really well combined. Now I add 2/3 of a cup of frozen peas and carrots. If you can't find frozen peas and carrots, you can do them separate and just do the frozen peas, and you can use fresh carrots and dice them yourself, but you would have to place the carrots in ahead of time so that they cook a little bit longer than the peas. Add 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Next, 1/3 of a cup of corn. And once again, stir it until it's well combined. Now to add a couple of freshly chopped herbs. Rosemary and thyme, they go really well together. Rosemary has a tea-like aroma and a piney flavor, while thyme has a bit of a gentle flavor. Its taste is a bit earthy and lemony with a few minty tones. It's the perfect combination for shepherd's pie. Now then add 1.5 teaspoon of the freshly chopped rosemary, and then 1.5 teaspoons of freshly chopped thyme. Then add a good 1.5 teaspoons of tomato paste. And of course stirring it really well in between each flavor that's added. Add 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Then 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Then just to thicken up the gravy a little bit, add 2 tablespoons of flour and mix that in until it's well combined. There, now this is coming together really nicely. So you'll take this mixture and pour it into about a 9 by 9 inch pan. Or if you have a casserole dish, that works fine too. Just make sure that whatever dish or pan you pour it into has deep enough sides that it can take the meat mixture and the potato mixture on top without boiling over. And just spread it out evenly in the pan like this. It's looking really good. Now then to do our potato mixture for the top. Once the potatoes are cooked, drain off all the liquid and make sure that the potatoes aren't wet, because you want to make sure that the mashed potatoes aren't tacky. You'll need about 2.5 cups of these cooked potatoes, and you'll whip them with your electric mixer like this. Then add 1 tablespoon of butter. And then beat that again until the butter is well mixed in. Next, add 2 well-rounded tablespoons of cream cheese. This really adds a lot of flavor and helps it to brown nicely. Then add 1 egg yolk, which helps to give it that nice warm yellow color, and it adds flavor as well. Then 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Also 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Then take the electric mixer and beat the potatoes until they're really nice and fluffy. Then scoop your mashed potato mixture on top of your meat mixture like this and spread it out evenly. When you go to spread it, use a fork. It makes it easier to spread and not pick up the meat mixture from underneath. And you can use your fork to make lines across it like this just so it looks nice. Then decorate the top with some sprinkling of paprika and parsley flakes. Then place it in an oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. And now it's ready to serve. Oh boy, it's looking really good. Now this stores really well in the fridge for a few days. It also freezes well. Now the recipe amounts that I have given you for this makes about 9 pieces. And of course, if you need more than that, then you just put it in a larger pan and double the recipe. Shepherd's pie can also be baked and served in individual casserole dishes as well. Now here it is, hot from the oven. Who would like a piece? I hope you go ahead and make it and enjoy. And thanks so much for watching Best Recipes with Sharon.